All right, so everybody, welcome back. Once again, we are here with the Dungeons and or the Drunkards and Dragons crew. So we are here. I am Brian, your dungeon master, and here we are with a Princess of Celene, episode 17. So everybody, welcome back. It's been a couple of weeks. Hope everybody is well. I see that. Hey, look, it's Russ. So everybody, look, everybody's here. So yeah, this is really good. Glad to see all of you. Glad to see that everybody is well, and getting ready for another wonderful episode of 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons right here on the Mystic Syndicate channel. So everybody having a nice week so far?
Yes, all the leaks in the foundation are fixed.
Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm glad to hear. That's an important thing.
Okay, thank you.
Go away.
I'll shut you.
Go away.
I'll shut you.
Go away. Thank you. Kids are so much fun.
As we run the offspring off.
That's it.
You're treating them like they walked in on you guys having sex or something. Go away, go away, go away.
Oh, no. That's a little bit more violent.
Oh, my.
Ow.
You're
Yes, that was recorded. Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good. I'm glad to see everybody's okay. And from what I have been told, that there has been plans for this evening. They have intricate tactical plans for this evening. So we shall see exactly how far those get. As most people know, with Dungeons and Dragons, when you have plans, usually they don't survive the first round. But that's okay. I mean, I might be one of those generous, not,
I think we'll make it past the first one.
the whole.
That's no fun.
Yeah,
You may be surprised yourself.
I mean, and it might be just absolutely perfect. And if, I might look at it and go, dude, this is like the most awesome plan ever. I got to see how horrifying it gets.
No. This is us we're talking about. This is us we're talking about.
That is true.
It's kind of like the old Mike Tyson thing. Everybody has a plan until he gets punched in the mouth.
Right.
Come here, Ed.
Hey, one favor I'd ask, Brian, is can we have the map, now that we've been in town, completely blocked? You know what I mean?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I mean, I'll put. Yeah. Oh, you want you want the map right now? Oh, okay, cool. I can do that.
Fog of War. Yeah, Fog of War is when the Fog of War's on. And I'm like, oh, they're over here, and I spend like 10 minutes trying to click over to where everybody's at to get there. You know what I mean?
Okay. Sure. Yeah, I could probably be
now we know
generous, I guess. Let me fix it, and then I'll turn it on for you guys here, and we'll get you all squared away. Certainly don't want to leave you. Okay. Well, good. Let's see. I think that's just. I'm going to just turn the dynamic lighting off and I think that's the way to do it. Yeah, I think you'll be able to see everything now. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share the map with you good folks. And let me know if it looks right. If it doesn't look right, then let me know. If the dynamic lighting has made everything black. If you can't see anything, let me know.
Looks great.
Yay. Well, good. Okay, cool. You guys are down here in the wonderful inn. But before we get started, I'd like to, of course, recognize that we're using Roll20 as our virtual tabletop this evening. D&D Beyond is our encounter generator and character sheet creation software. Yeah. And we are using, what the hell is, Streamlabs desktop for our streaming. Just to let people know that this is what we use, because I don't know how many times I've asked other streamers what they actually use, and they're just like, they're being very secretive. So Screw those guys. Okay, so I'm just trying to make my stream better, man. I'm not trying to steal your stuff. So, alrighty. So the last time that we were all together, you all had fought off the one of the last vampire spawns, Adina, and had slain her. After that, you were able to... your attention was drawn towards the cemetery, where several grave sites had actually been... they had sunken in, actually, and or had collapsed. And after doing some exhumations of those actual sites, you were able to find a cave system or a tunnel system. The bodies had actually been dragged out of the coffins, and once that was disturbed, the coffins themselves collapsed in on themselves, marking that there had been an actual problem. Let's see, we had Kiffi, Grenna, and Timble had decided to climb down through one of these small tunnels. And the end result was, I believe it was it Kiffi that slid all the way down to the bottom? Or was it Grenna? It was Grenna who slid down to the bottom. Discovering an underground sort of a cavern that was full of splintered wood, some bony body parts, and also another tunnel, a small tunnel that had stretched off to the west of the cemetery itself. After a near collapse of one of the tunnels, Timble was rescued. And then everybody, I believe, was extracted from the underground chamber. So that is actually where we're at right now.
That whole part went exactly as I expected, by the way.
Oh, okay. Good. I'm glad.
Wasn't so much of a Ed, did you call me a liar?
Probably.
No, it's exactly what I expected. So for me, it went as my plan was set.
Glenn,
Excellent.
you were so full of shit, your eyes were brown.
Nope, they're quite blue, and that's exactly what I expected. Somebody would save me as I got up. But what I wanted was that hole right there so that we could run the rope straight down instead of, 30, 40 feet over.
I see.
And you guys had to know where to dig to access it anyway, so.
Okay.
Ed, you going to lay out the plan?
Well, hold on.
Hold on, wait.
On my character sheet real quick.
Are we still at nighttime?
Why is it doing that?
Yeah, I thought we were.
My ability scores. I have a character sheet offline that I do dummy mocks with. So get all the way through. For some reason, it didn't.
So.
Put my.
Right.
Yes.
Now we're there.
From what I understand, we are still in old 97.
Is everybody?
Yes.
So,
And
now I'm caught up.
Yeah, I
the
think
cathedral is smoldering.
Yeah, I
So I
think
had
it's,
to do 2 characters.
Okay. Can y'all hear me?
What's up, Ron?
yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Is everybody cool with the plan, or does anybody want to make any deviations of the plan?
I think Russ has thoughts before the plan.
Hit me, Russ.
Gladly. No, I was just
Russ
trying
is on
to.
mute.
We're not on mute.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so we're going to go to options, and we're going to go to voice and everything, and we're going to turn. Okay. How about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I was trying to establish where we were. We were in old 97 or old 57, whatever it is. We're in there with the. We're over there in the inn with all the villagers. The cathedral's on fire. The chapel's on fire.
Yes.
And we were waiting for dawn. Is that correct?
Yeah, I believe you guys had actually. Yeah, you went back to the inn and had tried to camp out the rest of the evening, and then you saw that the little chapel / temple of Pelor was on fire. Yeah, and then that next morning you were able to see that.
I made it to that morning.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was sleepy villagers.
So I think the question is established. What time is it? What is the state of the church at this point?
Okay. So I believe it's right around dawn, and you all have, I guess, ventured out. The church is a complete loss, or the temple's a complete loss. The roof collapsed in on it. All there is left is just the stone walls, the altar, and things of that nature. Anything that was made of wood was completely consumed. Any tapestries that were inside are also history.
Gotcha.
Okay. All right. First step. As we get up and I start a ritual.
Correct.
Find familiar.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, that ought to be interesting.
Did you get my question about the find familiar spell?
I think you did.
Basically, I'd really love to have a pseudo dragon, but I don't want to be a warlock.
Okay. Let's take a look here just to see what we got as options.
Could be a lake trout. Got some water over here. Lake trout do you pretty good.
Lake trout. You have a walking catfish. That would just be what a like. Oh boy, can't wait.
No. Well, the way they run familiars now, you can get different kinds throughout time. Now you can dismiss it, get another one. It's really easy. Versus, oh, your familiar died. Prepare for your 25 hit points of damage you're about to take.
Yeah, the psychological damage that you take from it. Jeez.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Russ, just think, we've got a bunch of these fish traps out there with vampire parts in it. You could get a vampire catfish.
Ooh, vampire catfish.
Tempting, but no.
Okay, so yeah, it looks like there's all.
Catfishing.
Let's see. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I mean, they do have different options for familiars now. So, yeah, this could be kind of fun. Let me see if they have. I was kind of hoping more that they had like a really nice
Mule.
Yeah, let's. Okay, let's see. Choosing your familiars. Oh boy.
I already know if you say no to the pseudo dragon, I already know which one I'm going.
Okay, yeah, because pseudo dragon did not seem to show up on the. Hey, octopus is cool. No, not really.
Keep going down.
I'm looking for this.
It's under the warlock section.
For it. Oh, okay, because I'm just looking at wizard familiars is what I was looking at. I was being very, very, very rules heavy on this one, but
I think we should go old school and roll it.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Wait a minute.
Do you me find a randomized list? Just a list?
No. Pull the first edition Find Familiar spell.
Old 97.
Russ is so happy.
Yeah, right. I can already see Russ is like going, don't do this. I will derail this campaign so hard.
You know, I played a wizard with a toad familiar before. It's not very helpful. You just keep him in your pocket and get the extra hit points. But you don't get the extra hit points.
Right.
It wasn't Neville, was it?
What's that?
Neville.
The Find Familiar spell, first edition, is he tosses a 20.
Yeah.
A 15, he gets a special, which is, depending on his alignment, he can get a Quasset, a Pseudo-Dragon, an Imp, or a Brownie. If he rolls a 16 or a 20, he gets none. There's even a chance he doesn't get anything.
Oh, ouch.
Those first rules were great.
I agree. Yeah, those were pretty cool rules way back in the day.
But
Russ, if you roll it, you might be able to get hit points since we're looking at that first edition.
I'm going to be absolutely honest, and I don't need hit points.
Okay.
I mean, normally with a mage, you're sitting there and you're going, somebody has gone through my dice and stole every single D20 out of here. Rotten kids.
Rotten kids. Okay, so yeah, I'm looking here, and they have like a really cool list of. They have ones that they consider alpha, then they have middle of the road, and then they have no thanks, and then the last ones are you kidding me? So I'm kind of thinking that it would be cool that if we picked from either the alphas or the middle of the road. So let me see how many there are total. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 7 total that I think would be like pretty decent. So let's see. So if we are going to do that, well, you know what? I'm not going to be cruel. I'm not. I mean, I could just be a complete ass about this and just make you roll and then just give you, whatever crappy animal. I'll give you the list, and then you can choose from the list.
Is Raven on the list?
Ravens are on the list.
Then I'll pick a Raven.
Okay, it's considered a middle of the road. I
understand that, but they also have the ability of mimicry.
Yes. Okay. That's cool. Yeah.
Well, I can send snide messages to Ed.
Well, eventually, aren't you going to get message? You could just send it to him all the time, like 3 a.m. Be like, "Hey, you still suck." That sort of shit. I can see you doing that. It would be so easy. Okay, yeah. So the Raven, the last of the flying familiars, its fly speed is a notch below the other 2 birds, one being a hawk and the other one being, I think, an owl. Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see, below the other 2 birds, and an AC 12 puts it in between hawk and owl. Okay. No dark vision, so that's kind of a bummer. Yeah. But its perception is good, but still lower than that of hawks. It does have the mimicry trait, which is kind of cool, which is fun, but more suited for role play than combat, which is fine. That's not to say it can't be used as a distraction or a deceptive trick, but with a DC 10 insight check, it's not very hard to discover the ruse. But if that's what you want, that is what you are going to get.
Indeed, that is what I want.
Okay. Then, so you concentrate and you work on this ceremony, and After a few, probably about 15 minutes, you see, or actually more, you hear, because your eyes are closed as you're concentrating, and you hear the deep kind of guttural sound that ravens have that makes a big difference between them and crows. It has such a distinct sound, and it's kind of hard to actually make that sound. I'm not even going to try because corvids in general are one of my favorite birds, and I don't want to butcher it. But yes, as you open your eyes, you see standing in front of you and just kind of sails in and lands and stands there is this beautiful, as the light, the early morning light shines upon its feathers, it has, instead of just an indigo, darkness, the light makes it almost kind of iridescent as it, sort of that blue, that very, very dark blue. And it's an absolutely beautiful bird. Do you have a name for your bird?
Edgar.
Ender?
Edgar.
Edgar. Nice. Nice. I love it. That is so classy. Okay.
So Yarn gave himself the bird.
Yeah. Is that Mr. Poe if you're nasty? I'm just sorry.
Pop, or Mike, I took you to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum here in Richmond, right?
Say again?
Mike, I took Mike to the Edgar Allan Poe Museum here in Richmond, didn't we? When we went downtown and saw Crazy Sean?
Yeah, very cool.
Crazy Sean.
Very cool.
I think the next time I'm in Richmond, I'm definitely going to go check that out. 'Cause I'm a big
100%.
Did you know that he went to the military academy?
I did.
Mm-hmm.
He did.
There's actually a pretty good movie out there. I forget the name of it. I'll pop it up and I'll send it to you. Edgar Allan Poe is played by the same kid that played the Dursley kid in the Harry Potter movies. All grown up now. He plays Edgar Allan Poe, and it's a. You've seen it, Pop?
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out.
All right. So, anyway,
Okay.
now, Edgar's here,
Yes.
and I have a task for Edgar.
Okay.
Edgar is aerial recon.
Okay.
Okay? He is his mandate is anything within a mile of this area that looks weird, he's to let me know.
Okay.
Circular mile.
Now with your ability, do you have the ability to chat or actually converse with your familiar or see through its eyes? I'm trying to remember how that works. Okay, cool. Good. All right.
It's telepathy and I can see through its eyes, but at that point I'm not doing anything else.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, so you actually have to concentrate on that to be able to make that connection.
Did you see Game of Thrones when the guys were using that?
Yes.
Except my eyes don't go wonky.
Three-Eye Raven, Stefan?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Wargig, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
Hey, Ed, I think I
myself.
know when we should paint his face.
Okay. So, Ed, take it away.
So at this point, actually, out of all the wreckage, the ritual stuff takes time. Can I get a wagon real quick?
There's one right here.
Yeah. There's actually a wagon right outside.
I'm just making sure that I get a lot of things that happen. I use maps sometimes to pick things that aren't.
Yeah, I destroyed all the wine and everything that was in it, just in case it was tainted with anything. I didn't want anyone to drink it.
So, Russ, you have one more task that you have to do before you go to sleep, and I want you to go to sleep in the wagon. That way, if we have to take off, then you're sleeping so you can get your spells back. Right? Your 8-hour sleep.
I'm good. I've only used one first level spell. I'm not going to use anymore.
Okay, you're going to use a cantrip, remember?
That's right. I can use a cantrip. Bim, 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 bim.
Yeah,
All
they're
right.
nice.
So go ahead and tell Brian what you're doing with the cantrip.
I'm going to excavate a canal. Let's see. From here
We're doing
to
the
here.
Okay, I'm gonna.
No, a little higher up, so we catch. You want to catch the river flow, Russ. You want to go from here.
Yeah, I
go
would
up by-
probably go from here.
Okay. How do I clear that? There we go. Thank you, Brian. There we go. We're going to excavate a 5-foot wide canal from that area, starting from the cemetery, going towards the river.
Okay.
And
Okay.
What spell are you using?
I'm using boulder. Bing, 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 bing. It does it 5 by 5 by 5 at a time. Blip. Next minute. Blip. Next minute. Blip. Next minute. Blip.
And what we're going to do is we're going to flood the chamber and the passageway, creating running water to wherever the destination is, possibly overflowing the vampires' graves with running water.
Okay. I mean, it's a great idea.
I said possibly, but
I do have to say that this is very, very, very well thought out. I do like it. You know, if I was a player and you guys were in, you know, if I was a part of your group, I'd be like, yeah, this sounds like this is a win-win. Yeah, I get it. That's cool.
Yeah.
it's a free attack that we could possibly be getting on them while they're in their coffins.
Okay. Now, the next thing, the next task that my Raven has is the weird things, is specifically water coming out somewhere it shouldn't be coming out.
Okay. Very cool. All right. Nice.
Okay, and at that point, Russ is going to go sleep in the wagon.
Just to get my one first level spell back.
Okay.
Right.
Cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, you never know. That could be a magic missile.
Okay, so you're doing this for kind of first thing in the morning, right after you acquire your Raven familiar.
Yep.
Perfect. Edgar. Right. Yes. Okay, so yes, after you do that, you create this canal system that is going to run from the edge of the actual river all the way to the graveyard. This is where it gets fun. Okay, so yeah, it's the water is being channeled into that one grave at the far end there. I believe it's this one that you're looking at.
Correct.
Okay, so yeah, it is starting to fill that in. Russ, you go ahead and decide to take your siesta in the little covered wagon there by the inn. Mm-hmm. And while everyone else, I guess, is going to stay kind of watching and seeing what's actually occurring. Yes.
No. At this point, he's asleep to regain spells. Grenna, what are you going to do?
I am going to come out. Come on, let me go. I am going to move around the town.
Okay.
And I would like to see if there are any animals I can communicate. See if they have noticed any strange animal movements.
You can't see it, but she's got her cursor playing around on the west side of town.
No, yeah, over here.
Yeah.
Yep, sorry.
Here, get the paintbrush. Make an X.
Over in this area.
The west side of town.
Left.
Did I not do it right?
Yeah, you did it.
Okay, I see.
There's
Hey, would it be better if I did this? Oh, no, wait, not that. Wait.
Well, yeah.
I have to go out the door. That was ridiculous. I can't get out!
Oh, is the door shut?
There we go. All right, I opened
that's a window. So that's the window that actually got shattered.
Phenomenal steps on a chair, the steps on the table, then jumps out the window.
Oh, I'm channeling my inner Batman.
Okay, cool. All right.
I need to shoot webs. Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, you were actually over there sort of surveying the location on the west end of town. Okay, that's fine. Who's next, Ed?
Why?
Oh, hold on. Go ahead. Sorry, Grenna.
So here's what happened, right? Russ did an event in an hour. Technically his ritual takes an hour. So if the sun comes up at 6, we're at 7 o'clock right now.
Right.
We want to get spellcasters to do anything they're going to do real quick, like divination. Mike, I can't speak for you. I don't know what your spells are, but we want to get them so they can go to sleep in the cart to regain if we have to when it's dark. So Grenna is going to use this at this point to, as she said, start gathering information. So we've got multiple reconnaissance going on. At this juncture, to expedite, Timble and I are going to start canvassing the town, like the frog.
Oh, yeah.
We're looking for mirrors, garlic, and any holy symbols, possibly a weapon, maybe a cast-off weapon. Neither one of us are spellcasters, but we have high investigation scores, so we can go around looking for stuff. Wooden stakes, anything we can use, because again, I'm playing off the vampire lore that I picked up 2 adventures ago. Like, I know how to beat these guys. Remember, it was a 19 roll. So off of that, that's what he and I are going to do for like 3 hours. Just going house to house. And
while we're doing that,
doing
that, I will also be looking at places that I can set up little hidey traps, or a nest that I can get into, an area where possibly I've got cover to throw things like holy water, and my knives, javelins are one of the things that I'm really looking for, and just set them up around town so that I can run from spot to spot. I'm looking for kind of like balconies or bushes near houses where I can kind of build up some plants. I don't know how close they're going to be familiar with the town, but just trying to find little spots where I can dart in, dart out, give me some cover.
Okay.
But
very good.
We're gonna find everything that Ed said first, but at the same time I'm looking, and I'm sure that we've got a few of the people to walk with us. We can grab 2 or 3 of the local town folk to run with us, so that when we go to the houses, we're going in. It's not us like just bulldogging our way in, but we're going in with locals and saying we need to check these for what is going to happen tonight. Kind of smooth them over, since somebody's got to become the mayor and inherit that house.
And also, one of the things Grenna we're going to kind of target is there an upswell of bats and wolves in the area when she's talking to animals, because they'd be conscious of that? And is there any blighted area?
Okay.
And so while we're doing that, I originally planned on Kiffi and Pav or Kelex to work on sanctifying the church, see if there's any relics there that we can use. But I don't know if that's a total loss, and I'll let them do what they think's right at this point.
Okay. Very good. Alrighty. So, okay. So,
So what's that's done, it's split the party in 2 threes kind of thing, right?
Okay.
They're all going doing spellcasters, get your spells out, get some sleep. If we have to go in 8 hours, that puts us roughly at 3 o'clock. So we got 3 hours of daylight to actually do something before the vampires come.
Cool.
For the casters.
Cool. Okay, so do you have any other person who's doing anything, or is that all?
Can I spell now?
Yep. Well, let's do these 2 things.
You ran over me or rolled me over and just kept going. Like, I didn't even get to finish.
Well, he said, "What's the next plan?" So I just didn't follow.
Okay. Okay, so Grenna, what we'll do is we'll start with you. Yeah, so you're out there picking around in the brush, trying to find animals that I believe you can converse with.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, there are definitely animals in the area. I mean, there are squirrels, birds, of course. It's like rodents and things of that nature. Every once in a while, as you're sitting there just kind of looking, you do spy like a gray fox that is kind of like sniffing around and looking for small rodents to catch. So that would probably be maybe one of the types of creatures you might be looking to chat with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it says that has to be within the past day.
Okay.
So, okay.
Yeah, because I kind of figure you're probably set up somewhere that you can observe this. You take your time and be as quiet as possible, just trying to get a feel for the creatures in the area. And it's easy enough to do.
Yeah. All right. So let's do this the first time.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to use your speak with animals. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what that means. I hit cast and that's what pops up. So
yeah. It's not like you actually have to make a roll for it or anything. It's just that you just tell me, said, hey, I'm going to use my speak with animals on that gray fox over there, and okay. So very, very good. Okay, so yeah, you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts. How are you going to kind of lure it over to you? I
have bills. How about I give him some food?
Okay, very good. All right, excellent. So yes. So after a little bit of coaxing, being that this fox does seem to, and being that you are communicating with it as you are coaxing it over with this food, for about it takes about 5 minutes for you to finally get this fox's trust enough to be able to get close. But as it approaches, it takes the little bit of food that you give it, and it looks at you, kind of off to the side as you're talking, and it says to you, "Yes, I understand what you are saying. What is it that you need from me?"
Could you guide me to where you're seeing these strange things? We're trying
strange things. So, what sort of strange things are you looking for?
Bats, water coming out of strange places, wolves, werewolves, people that shouldn't be out at night.
Bloodsuckers.
There's definitely things that you two-legged beings should not be out at night. But I have not seen anything of that nature. Bats, you say? No. But I have seen... they smell like humans, but they are not humans.
Where are they?
They came from the northwest. I know not where they reside, but they shambled out of the darkness no more than right before the sun rose.
Mm-hmm.
I smelled that there was something burning in town.
So from the northwest.
Yes.
Yeah. Where?
Okay.
Like my mother, I know my cardinal directions.
It's your left. The left with your wedding ring on it.
It just kind of cocks its head to the side and says, you need more information. Then you are going to have to give me more food.
I didn't hear what he said.
Turn up your hearing aids.
I can repeat it.
But seriously, she got her hearing aids yesterday, so everything is wonderful.
That's great.
No, the world is loud. How do you guys function with all this noise? Oh my god!
We tune it out.
Have you ever heard me talk? I mean,
he's like Richard.
Well, no, it's just like I just turned them up, and now all I hear is me.
What?
Is the water running?
No, that's my fan on my machine, my computer.
I see Ed coping right now.
What's the
Welcome
Okay,
to
that's annoying.
yeah. Welcome to Gen
Russ,
X
stop
D&D.
Okay, anyway, so back to the thought.
Yes.
Would he be willing to take me where he smelled these not humans?
He says, I usually do not venture out from the forest. There are large birds of prey here that like to pick up things such as me. I don't think it would be good.
Okay. Here,
Hold on. I hear the fan over you.
All right, try again.
Okay. It's okay, so
Yes, it's water.
hold on. Also had my fan on, so maybe that might have been a problem. Okay, so it says, no, I'm sorry, but I do not leave the forest. I like to keep away from the open the open fields because there are large birds that like to carry off creatures such as myself.
Could you lead me to the woods, to the field where you smelled them?
Do you have more food?
What would you like? I could go back to the inn and get you some more.
Well, I primarily like meat.
I'll be back. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to go back and get some more meat.
Okay.
Assume you have it somewhere.
Okay.
Not,
So
I'm going to try to kill something.
yeah, as you once you come back, you see that the fox is still there, but he is once again resumed his sniffing around, looking for a possible meal on the ground. But as soon as unless you're trying to approach stealthily, if not, then he'll hear you, and then he'll perk up as soon as he sees you.
And he knows I'm coming.
Okay. So yeah, you give him a little bit more meat, and he scarfs it down greedily and looks back up to you and says, I can lead you to the edge of the forest, but not beyond.
I'm good with that.
Good. And he says, are you ready?
Do you mind if I bring my wolf?
He kind of stiffens a little bit and says, I suppose. He says, well, I'm not going to be a meal for your wolf, will I?
No, well fed.
Oh, that's good. I trust you. I mean, I figured that if you wanted to have me to be a meal for your wolf, you would have already done so, I suppose. Now, of course, once I give you the information and take you to the edge of the wood, I hope that you will not betray me. That would be very...
No, you're not my worry.
Thank you. He kind of gives you... his lips curl up in sort of a strange-looking smile, but you're able to read it as such, and not like he's threatening in any way, shape, or form. So I guess you call Bubbles. Okay, so yeah, you call Bubbles, and Bubbles shows up. At first, Bubbles kind of looks at the fox and licks his lips a little bit, and you can see the fox is almost kind of getting ready to flee.
Foxes are friends, not food.
Not food.
I love it.
I'll find you something else to eat later.
Okay. So, he's, you start following the fox through this wood, and he is following what you can only imagine are probably animal trails, which is perfect for you because you're not very tall and you're able to, slip in and out of these little, like deer paths and, animal paths. And eventually, after about 40 minutes of actual travel through these brambles and trees, you come to a clearing that opens up onto like a wide steppe. And it is, you as soon as you see it, you understand why the fox would not be too keen on being out in the open. Where the grass is short, it would be very hard for him to hide. And actually, you can see overhead that there are very large birds, every so often perched in trees farther away. There's one large dead tree that has at least one extremely large bird of prey sitting up in it. And of course, as soon as you step out, it does take notice of you and Bubbles and the fox, and sort of traces your movements. And the fox looks back to you. But unfortunately, your speak with animals has expired. And he just kind of looks at you, and then with his snout, he just points like this in the direction that he wants you to follow.
Okay, and before he runs off, they give him a handful of meat. I'm thinking.
Okay, it scarfs it down as fast as it possibly can, and before you leave, it allows you. It comes up to you and puts its head down like this for a scratch. Okay, and then it darts back into the forest. And within just seconds, it just disappears under the brush.
Okay, so now here's another thing I would like to do, because I'm an itty bitty thing, and I don't know what those birds. Do I know what those birds are?
You're thinking that it looks to be sort of like a golden eagle, a very large bird of prey, which could easily pick you up.
Okay, so I'm a smart little gnome, so I would like to try to do the speak with animals again, but this time I would like to find a bird.
Well, there's a bird right there if you want to talk to it.
No, I want a little bird.
Please.
That can fly through the forest to deliver a note for me.
Okay, very good. All right, so after a little bit of searching around, give me a perception check. Let's see if you're able to pick out any that are in the trees nearby.
Hold on, just a sec.
Perception.
I know that. Okay, all right. Perception. Oh. Yeah. Wrong button. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you hear bird song going on in the trees above you, but you just can't seem to pick them out. which is kind of a bummer. But yeah.
I'm going to do something stupid now.
Okay.
I'm going to take and I'm going to tie it through to Bubbles.
Okay.
I'm going to send Bubbles back to Kiffi.
Okay. All right, cool. All right.
And then I'm going to find a place to hide and keep scanning to see if I notice any disturbances of animals, because we just sent all that water down the hole. Maybe something.
Okay, cool. Alrighty, so yeah, takes a little while but I mean, Bubbles is a lot faster than you. Mm-hmm. So he's able to get back to town probably within about 15 minutes tops. Yes.
So Brian, I'm kind of tracking the hours here because I get this. A lot of what we're trying to do is very time sensitive.
Yes.
So in the first hour, Melinda speaks with the animals, and she's gone out, spoke to the fox, and they've gone out. Spell is over. At this same time, Yarn has got the Find Familiar, and I are searching. To catch up this hour is Mike and Pop, because I really don't know what those two are doing.
Okay.
Hour 2 is Russ excavating and sleeping. Grenna is hiding, and she sent a message to Bubbles to Kiffi. So we're about an hour behind with those two.
Okay. Fine. All right. Okay, so that's good. So how far are we in?
We're
about an hour.
Kiffi and Kelex have to do hour 1 and get to hour 2. That way because if something happens to Grenna, I want to kind of get where we did in that hour. You know what I mean?
Cool. Okay, so Kiffi, Kelex, you are going through the burnt out remains of the Temple of Pelor and trying to find anything that could be possibly salvageable. I need both of you to make a religion check. I don't believe either of you are adherents of Pelor, are you? I know Kiffi's not. Okay, I didn't think Kelex was either. Okay, cool. Ooh. Okay, so Kelex, you find that it's where Pelor's, the things that would normally go in a temple it's very haphazard to you, being that there's so much destruction. So you're just trying to pick through things and trying to find anything that looks important. Where Kiffi actually has a little bit more knowledge of Pelor, while it is not his chosen deity. He is able to go through and he finds a holy symbol that was actually laying on the altar, and is able to pick that up and understanding the significance of it. So that's kind of good. Other than that, the rest of the building is a complete loss. And it's, So, it takes you probably close to clear just all the debris away and get to the actual altar itself. Probably took close to an hour and a half of time.
Okay. So, Pop and Mike, let's start with you. We're going into hour 2. What do you guys want to do?
All my spells are like short duration, immediate type stuff, so there's nothing that I can really do until shit kicks off.
Gotcha. How about you, Pav?
Kelex is gonna go find Timble and ask him, does he have the amulet that was found after the fight?
What's your takeaway?
Take me now. I know.
You're looking at your...
Can't hear you, Glenn. You're muted. Russ, mute your mic. Thank you. And
That it wasn't me that had and was holding the amulet. I believe it was Russell.
oh, okay. Then I go find Yarn.
Negatory, good buddy.
Well, if it was just hanging around.
I don't remember any holy amulet of anything.
The little black amulet.
It's the one that the vampire dropped.
Yes, the stone with the doohickey. Yeah, I got it. It's in my pouch.
May I have it, please?
Is it in your pouch?
I don't know. Is it in my pouch?
It should be in your pouch. Yes.
Okay. I'll look in my pouch, pull it out if it's there. If not, go, damn it, Timble! And give it to Kelex.
Okay. So
Kelex is not going to hold on to it. He's actually going to get a cloth and wrap it and then put it away. He's not going to touch it.
There's a sinew to hold it by. You have the sinew. You don't have to put it in the...
I'm being extra careful here. So, thank you, Yarn. I appreciate it. I think this is going to help with our plan. So, I think that's all Kelex is going to do right now until we get further info on their possible whereabouts.
Okay.
And recognizing, I'm sorry, Mike, you weren't very active this week, so you have free reign to do whatever you want to do. I don't want to paint you in a corner, so I apologize.
Go fishing.
Yeah, no problem. I really, I'm a immediate kind of guy, so if nothing's going on, I don't really have a whole lot of stuff that I can prepare in advance.
Roger.
Can you consecrate grounds? Is it possible to consecrate grounds?
Do some type of ritualistic on a religious level. I don't know. That's the cleric part of it. I don't want to play out of character, so I kind of.
I have sage right here if you need some.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of spell that will do that.
Gotcha. All right, so at this point, Brian, we're moving into hour 2, which would be Yarn. This would be the canal, so now the water's rolling. How is that rolling? Is that working well? Because I'm envisioning that it's going to start building a bigger river as that water's flowing that direction. And if we need to build a dam, we will to force the water down in that hole.
Okay, so I'm going to back it up to about the 45-minute mark. So that Bubbles will actually make contact with Kiffi and deliver the message from Grenna. So Grenna, you can tell. You can tell Kiffi what is in your message.
Follow the trail. Big field. Then I have been told that not smelling right humans are northwest across the field. I'm not crossing the field. Grenna fell down the well. No.
Okay.
All right. Well, I think I'll relay this to the rest of the gang here and see if we want to send out an expedition.
Bubbles knows the way.
I'd like to complete our task. That we kind of, as you send that out to everybody, complete our task. It's early in the morning. We're good. We know we've got at least 8 hours, 9 hours before anything comes to play, and she's not hurt. Well, that's open for debate. Renfield, yeah, I know. Which, by the way, I love Nicolas Cage as Dracula. Hands down, the best Dracula in modern era.
That was a riot, by the way, that movie.
It was. It is a riot. So, perhaps we send Bubbles back to Grenna and say, watch. Keep a lookout, and then he's right there to protect her. Until we get mobile with a plan. So
Wouldn't it be better for Bubbles to stay with you guys until you are ready to come? That way he can show you where to go.
We could say send him back at noon. That gives us 4 hours to gather stuff, and we'll come to you. But I just want you to have protection.
Okay, we can do that too.
Okay.
So the note says send back at noon. So.
All right.
So now we're in hour 2, which would be the following actions: the water rolling, Grenna hiding and watching, Bubbles is returning, and Kelex is going to do what he's about to do.
Okay, so I'll give you a little bit of information about what's happening with the water. So as the water is filling up and rushing into that open grave, you have noticed that the water is going quite quickly. And as it is doing so, the remaining graves that are in this graveyard, the graveyard has become so saturated with water that the graves are now popping up out of the soil, which is a little bit worrying to some people, because it kind of almost looks like it's not quite the scene out of Poltergeist where, you know, the pool is filling up and there's just bodies popping out everywhere, but it's got that kind of feel. You're like, oh, that was bad, but okay, cool. So yeah, you do feel that you have probably flooded you've definitely flooded the subterranean passages quite effectively. But yeah,
I had Yarn a plunger.
There we go.
So Brian, the intent is realizing, and you might recall, I actually drew a drawing, so I made sure I knew how it worked, where it was like going down and going away. So,
yes.
Is it safe to assume now that at least that first level of water, even down at the distant end, is full?
Yes, you believe so.
Okay. You understand my my engineering thoughts here, right?
Yeah.
Hey, Ed, you do realize what he just said.
Yeah, I'm just making sure. So
they have watertight bulkheads.
There we go.
You know, I would question watertight bulkheads. A door, eventually there's going to be so much pressure, it's going to blow through the door. I watched Titanic. Rose and Jack could not have fit on that plane.
Well, also remember, it's soil down there. Not necessarily cold.
It's rock down there. Once we went down to the bedrock level, you know, because he said it's hewn. I believe he said hewn rock when he goes, there's a hewn rock tunnel. There was mud going down.
Oh, that's even better. Hydraulic press, it's your friend.
Bulkhead door is eventually going to go blammo. Water level will go down a little bit and then catch back up. And we are possibly flooding the first or the lower 3 levels of the dungeon, ultimately where the vampires would be, if it leads right into their area. That's my thought.
Cool.
And I rolled a 12 for an intelligence check, and I believe that's what's going to happen.
So did you tell them that my note said northwest?
Yes.
Okay, just checking.
We don't know where the passage goes from there. So, okay, now we're in hour 2.
Okay.
Currently what we've got water going. Russ is now down. He's sleeping. Grenna is hiding and watching. Bubbles to Kiffi. And Kelex, you're up.
So Kelex has the amulet, but he's going to talk to Thomas about it. Because I imagine that while we're all doing these different things, we're trying to keep each other up to date of what's taking place. Kelex asked Thomas, do we want to do this now? Or should we wait until possibly maybe going to Grenna and trying to doing it there?
That's a great point. Closer to target. How far away was Grenna, right?
Grenna is about 45 minutes out. She's actually on the other side of a forest. that she tracked.
Oh,
So
remember, I
she's
have
kind
short
of...
little legs.
I'm sorry, Grenna, what'd you say?
She has short legs.
I have short
How
little
much was
legs.
it? How much was it by bubble?
Bubbles by bubble travel, it was about 15 to 20 minutes. Bubbles is very fast.
Does Bubbles have a saddle yet?
No.
Not yet, but probably within like the next month, he's going to be rideable. I mean, he is getting to be a big boy. So, Grenna, you may end up having... You are going to have to look into that eventually. Probably by the next time you level up, you are going to have to definitely look at some sort of barding for this dog. Something.
So I could follow Bubbles back to Grenna if we want to do it that way. Because right at this point, all Kelex is going to be doing is either doing that, what we talked about, or we kind of agreed on, or checking up on the villagers, making sure everything's okay there. I'm happy to go to Grenna.
All right.
Okay.
Do you so is that a spell slot that's going to burn for you?
Yes.
Burn it now. Make sure there's nobody around us, and then go to sleep with Russ, and then we'll take the wagon to Grenna. That way you can regain your one spell.
That's going to be a long road through a forest.
Yeah.
On trails.
Is Bubbles can't carry 45 pounds?
Carry 45 pounds? Not right now, but probably like within the next month.
I'm going to have to start feeding him more.
Okay. Okay.
So,
All right.
Brian, what we're attempting to do is I have the locate object spell.
Okay.
So we were going to attempt to use that in this location, but we thought now I'm thinking that if we're closer, if Grenna has a better idea or possibly in a better vicinity where they could be located, I'm thinking just casting it there. I know it's a burden in the spell slot. I have 6.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Brian, the locate object spell, we see, because when you described it, you said we saw other people wearing them, and we assumed that that's how they're communicating, and through the identify spell, correct?
Which one? The
necklace.
No, you only
Yeah,
you actually only saw one, and that was the one that was on Massival. The one that you actually have.
But I did the identify spell,
Yes.
and it came up as this is a communication device.
Yes.
But we don't know at the other end. But we can look for a similar object within 1,000 feet.
Yep.
Now, if he knows the specific object, it gets better. But a similar object, so something like this
Yep.
like mini Palantir kind of item,
But
maybe we could look at it.
1,000 feet's less than an eighth of a mile.
Right, that's why we're debating now going to Grenna.
Okay.
She's at the edge, so now we go from there to make the next leap across the field. See, Brian, did you really think we had this plan this thought out?
No, I mean, I'm impressed.
Well, that's scary. I'm scared because currently you just got a blessing from Old Cow Cthulhu on Old Underscout Cthulhu on Twitter. So I'm just gonna put that out there. You got a blessing.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Because they know there's a plan out there.
The plan.
So
my recommendation is to go to Grenna and try to use it within that location. Obviously, she's closer. And it's a 45-minute walk there and a 45-minute walk back.
All right, so that's what you're doing. I gotcha.
I'll go with
Gotcha. So we have now half the party at Grenna, half the party. We have one of them asleep, and 2 of us are looting the town.
Okay.
Get the paladin out of there and then loot. Okay.
Okay, so I want to pivot really quickly to Timble, because Timble, I found some really nice locations for you to set up kind of your, like, what you were able to find, like, areas. So on the map, I have placed white circles. And if I don't know if you can see where I am kind of doing my little echolocation thingy.
I do see that spot, but is that a reliquary or tomb, I should say?
No, it's actually a park.
Oh, that's a park?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm good with that.
Okay.
But, yeah.
You also have
Putting
another
stuff inside of another grave area.
Yeah, no.
It's not going to get used, and then we'll go there.
Right. There's also another one over by the boats that are upside down. You can actually squeeze up under one of those upside down boats near the docks.
That was one that I was going to bring up. Can I set up stuff inside there?
Oh yeah.
Because then on the underside, I can put stuff up into the boat.
Yes.
The ribbing and everything, the seats.
Yep.
Sweet. And I saw the one at the bottom.
Yep. Now this is actually an outhouse, so you can hide inside the outhouse if you want. That's totally up to you.
Job, but I don't know that I want to go that far. All right.
So I got you 3 locations that could possibly be.
They're in the south. There's some spots. Is there anything in the northern part of the village?
Not other than like the center here, where there's like where you guys had the initial town meeting. There's definitely hidey places in there, but
did I miss that?
Not as much cover.
Up there behind the well at the mayor's house.
Oh, okay.
There's the 2 houses that are very close together. Is that a possible?
Okay, this area right here is a stable. So yeah, you could actually hide in the stables if you wanted to. It does have windows, and it does.
Is it 2 levels, like with the hay in the loft and all of that?
It is.
Does it have the doors on this side that open up and have the kind of I forget what that's called, the damn crane system to load stuff up,
like a hoist or pulley system that
the hoist,
takes it.
Hoist and pulley. Yeah.
You could actually use that. Yes.
Yeah, I'll mark that for me. That's one that I will use.
Okay. I shall mark it. Why not? Sounds like a plan.
None of these on the northeast have a balcony from the windows, or even windows doors that open up to a balcony or anything.
Not really here in the house itself.
Okay, they're all the slanted slate roofed houses.
Yes.
No climbing on top. All right.
Okay. Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Okay, so back to whatever you guys are doing.
Sorry, I had a bathroom break in there. Sorry.
That was also another thing I wanted to mention, guys. Anytime that if you all need to take a break, just kind of let me know, and we can always like break for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. It's all good. Don't.
You know, correct me, guys, but I think we're all pretty good about just turning off our camera and mic and just going and doing what we got to do for a second. So.
Okay, that's fine. I've ran other games where we actually like have a designated like break time, and then I just put the
with ladders.
Yeah, so we'll be right back, on the stream, and people, are cool with it. All right,
I'm okay with it as a designated. Also, give Brian a chance to stretch his legs.
No, we're not giving Brian a chance to work something out to screw us.
Yes, that's 100% right.
That's already happening.
You never give the DM a minute. You don't. You just keep going.
Okay. Hey, Brian, do you have a breakout room real quick?
Yeah, we can head to a breakout room real quick. I don't see why not.
Awesome.
What is it that you don't want to tell us?
Okay, so we'll be
well, you know.
we'll be back, kids. Hang
Unless
tight.
it's the head vampire.
Okay. So we're in the breakout room. Oh boy. Okay.
Hey, wait a minute. You're not with me.
I thought we were looting the town.
We are. We're kind of going different directions real quick.
We're
Oh,
looting.
Pucky.
We're looting the town.
Because you were setting up the hidey holes, remember? So
Yeah,
this is
I don't have all the goods to set it all up. We're still looking for
I know,
that.
we're just
I'll
going
go.
through it.
You go keep your secrets, Mr. Ed.
Yeah, well, I'm finally getting even. Oh, got my cameras on, and now he's going to be all pissy. Awesome. I love it when he's pissy.
Oh boy.
Okay, Brian, first of all,
okay, what's
sorry
up?
to spring it on you, but
That's cool.
I'm sorry to spring it on you because I like to keep my DMs thinking. So we have a plan. And everybody shot this part of the plan down, but I'm still going to do it.
Oh God. Okay. I can't wait to hear this.
While I'm away from everybody else, I'm going to befriend a town person that looks like a hunter kind of person. I've seen the note from Grenna. I'm going to have him walk off in the woods and watch, but not be where roughly Grenna is.
Okay.
Because I'm going to tell him that we're really going to load everybody up in wagons, so he has to come back at sundown. And we're going to the southwest to get away from the vampires.
Okay.
I'm telling him that because I'm intentionally placing him as a misinformation trap. If they find him, they consume him, they charm him, he's going to tell them a misinformation story.
Okay. That doesn't sound too bad.
Until you think of that, he's really a human sacrifice.
Okay. Because at first, when you were telling me this, I was thinking, oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, you could just send Melda, but then it got dark. And I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe not.
Now, we are going to tell everybody to move. I'm going to tell everybody in town to move to the northeast instead of the southwest.
Okay.
To get away from town. So he is literally a human sacrifice.
Okay.
And I've come to terms with it. I debated this for 4 days. What I'm going to do here. As a character, I would do this because I've got this aristocrat. I realize sometimes peasants have to be sacrificed for the greater good of the community.
Okay. So
he is a misinformation plant.
Okay.
In the event that the vampires are coming towards town, so they go in a completely... Actually, we're going to go to the northwest, because I want the vampires to go away from town. I don't want them to pass through town. Meanwhile, we're going to send the villagers southwest or southeast, so that they've got the town between them and they're heading away. Does that make sense?
Yes. That makes sense.
He is a human, and if you need me to roll something like I don't know.
Maybe a persuasion check might be useful.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Hell no, I'm not going here. Hell no.
Yeah, it's kind of a rough sale. He doesn't seem to be too keen about doing that, and yeah, it just doesn't seem to be something that he wants to be a part of. But yeah,
I'll
sorry.
tell you, if he lives through it, he drinks forever free at the bar.
Okay, so give me a perception with a persuasion with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, let's see. Now, of course, if you bury this thing, that wasn't good. Oh, geez. Okay. Yeah, you needed at least a good solid 10, and it just didn't fall. So yeah,
I got it.
Yeah.
You saw where I was going. That's what I'm doing.
Okay.
Everybody else is good. So now we go back to the room. Okay.
Cool. All right, bud.
Got it. Thanks.
He's a little desperate to,
Cool. Tell me. Did she say yes?
Obviously not.
Not with an 8 or 9 or a 5. No.
So, one final thing, Brian.
Yes.
Remember in the last session, I basically told everybody to store their extra gear, what they can, like their backpacks, camping gear, in the rooms because I gave them. They all paid me a gold piece, so those are residences, those cottages. Remember that?
Right. Yeah.
So they have a place that the vampires have not been invited into.
Okay, you are assuming that we listen to you.
I think I know for a fact that Glenn. I thought at least Pav gave me gold pieces.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
2 of us did. We bought in.
Kiffi didn't.
Okay.
That's kind of the way he is.
Well,
That's the way Kiffi rolls.
So
That's why I like Kiffi. Kiffi and I think alike.
So there are 2 cabins. One of them belongs to Kelex, and one of them belongs to Timble. You guys can pick which one.
I claim the one next to the outhouse.
You're in the outhouse? Well, I guess that fits.
Your mouth, man. Your mouth.
Small
We are
legs.
now.
Still a long way to travel with small legs. And at
Okay,
midnight.
You know-
we're in hour 3 now, guys.
Okay,
So
Glenn, hold on. Glenn, you do realize I have an outhouse story in my book.
That was gross.
Yeah, it was pretty gross.
Russ pimping his books. Anyway, what in the 3 hours? He did a few extra things. I did a few extra things. Were we able to find anything going into hour 3? Because that's where we're currently at with all. We got 2 parties split. We've got Grenna, Kiffi, and Kelex. That way, us 3 are all in town. So we're
And
now
Kiffi
on
did
hour 3.
I mean,
What's that?
Kiffi did receive the message.
Right.
Did you go that direction towards Grenna?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kelly
those 2.
and Kiffi.
Yeah, Master Dwarf went that way. All right.
So we're now in hour 3. So we're approximately 8 to 9 o'clock in the morning. What did we find as we scourged the town? Was there anything usable, like mirrors or anything like that?
Yeah. So overall, you were able to find 5 mirrors. You were able to find at least 2 large burlap sacks of garlic. And
Water. Woo-hoo! Oh,
yeah.
sorry.
And you were also able to find in a woodworking shop, you were able to find at least 4, actually you found 4 very capable looking, like very large diameter dowel rods that you could possibly use for whatever you might particularly want to use them for.
All right.
On top of that, you were able to find a couple of hammers. Mostly these are the type of hammer. I mean, you do have like 1 or 2 good like blacksmith hammers, but then of course you also do have a couple of more hammers that would be used primarily for leather crafting, which are like they're a strange looking sort of thing, but. Actually,
Yeah.
I have a leather crafting set here, and I was thinking, how do I describe that? But I get
Are
it.
you talking about the wooden hammer ones? Or are you talking about the ones that are round the going up?
The leather one, the leather working ones. Yeah, I mean, we have. Show me what you got. Show me what you got. Yes, yeah. Those are good. Yeah. I have a couple of other weird ones in here that are just strange.
It's kind of one that's kind of like a bat.
Yeah. I get some of the weirdest stuff when you're working with leather.
We need to talk offline about leatherworking.
That's cool. Yeah, actually, my wife was the one who got me into it. That was kind of her whole deal. So she's kind of crafty like that.
So, Brian, going into this, if there's ever a role that how effective as our plan is going right now, I've got a poll on Twitter saying, "Do you think our plan will work? Yes, no, or what plan?" And we're catching up. We're at 40%. People think this plan is gonna work.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta admit, one of the what plans is me.
Oh. Stack the deck. Anyway, so we're at hour 3.
Cool.
And I did actually specify, maybe is there an old weapon, maybe an heirloom weapon or anything like that. We're trying to pick up another magic weapon if we can. So
Javelins.
Javelins. Oh, he is looking specifically for javelins too.
Yeah, there's not really a lot of magical items here. Kind of a shame. Give me for those who are searching, give me an investigation check.
Okay, so that's me and Kiffi. All right, investigation.
I thought it was you and Timble.
Or me and Timble? Oh my god, a 23 and a 22.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So after a little bit of searching, and you eventually made it back over to the mayor's house, and inside you are able to find 2 silver daggers that look to have some sort of magical properties.
Hold on. Hi, Joe. Welcome to Twitch.
2 silver daggers.
Yes.
Who found them?
That'd be Timble.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
2 silver daggers in my sheaths. All right.
It's just
Silver be good.
stealing all the stuff.
That's kind of like his job description.
so much heisting.
I'm sorry, he's an artist.
He's an artist.
I artfully took them.
You artfully?
Oh.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Glenn. That's perfect.
Okay.
Do you want me to draw a picture?
Not yet, but after we kill the vamps, yes.
Okay.
You can use their dust as medium.
I just heard you thinking about that one female, her teeth I took, her fangs.
Yep.
If I grind that up, I can use it and maybe come up with a nice kind of chalky white.
Mm.
Maybe.
Yeah, there you go. So
before we go into, he brings up a good point. I have a very vivid view of what she looks like. Right, the one we killed.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, because
do we think she was a vampire or a spawn?
You believe she was kind of a spawn. She was pretty easy to take out.
Got it.
Yeah.
That was easy? Holy crap! We're screwed!
So, okay,
I
that's
love
all I
it.
need there.
So
Okay.
Nasafel is the real deal.
Yeah, you kind of have a feeling. Definitely, Kelex has a feeling that he was much more powerful.
All right. So at this juncture,
Wait. Nazgul was more powerful?
Yeah,
Nasafel.
Nazgul. Yeah. Yeah, let's bring some Middle Earth monsters in here and see how good we do. God.
He was like 220, die roll bad.
Well,
Yeah, he was pretty bad.
2 crits. 2 crits, Brian.
Yeah, he was bad. He's a bad guy.
so at this juncture,
He's a bad
Hey,
guy.
now we're going into hour 3, which should put these two. I moved my mouse like you dumbasses can see it. Should put Kiffi and Kelex at Grenna, and we're wrapping up. We're loading the stuff that we got into the wagon, along with all of our other supplies like holy water and stuff like that. And I'm going to try and navigate towards that direction.
Okay, cool. All right, so who's meeting up with Grenna? It's Kelex and Kiffi.
And if I see that guy as I'm going out of town, I'm going to give him a look like.
Okay. Give that guy a look. I love it. Okay, so yeah, Kiffi and Kelex. It takes you a little while as you are kind of or following behind Bubbles, but it takes pretty much close to about an hour to finally get through all the underbrush and everything. That it was much easier for Grenna to get through, being that she's kind of that's kind of her area of expertise. You guys were kind of bumbling around through there. At least the dog was keeping you on track. But finally you come to the edge of this forest and you look out. And now it's more, so you're saying you're 3 hours in, so are we looking at almost noon? I think that's, or like 11 o'clock.
9 a.m.
So
9 a.m.? Okay.
If it's the sun comes up at 6, we're at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay, so yeah.
10.
So yeah, I mean, it's, it's still, there still is, the forest is casting a little bit of a shadow on this area, but yeah, you're able to meet up with Grenna. Yes, Jan.
Gentlemen,
Yarn.
we do more before 9 a.m. than most people do all day.
It's true.
Be all you can be.
Ooh.
All right.
All right, guys. At this juncture, we are off the script, and so
Oh,
run as you
Lord.
will, Brian.
Okay. So, okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
yes, so Grenna, you hear Bubbles coming through the underbrush, and followed quickly behind them is Kelex and Kiffi.
So there is one thing, though, Brian, out of this is, hold on, let me find it. We're going to distribute holy water here's how we're distributing some things to people. Everybody's got 4 vials of holy water. That was from what we collected last time.
Okay.
And Timble has 3 Molotov cocktails.
Okay.
Do you remember I had the Molotov cocktails from the bar?
Yep.
3.
And we're giving those to Timble at this point.
Okay.
So all of those things are in play, and I walked away. Did we find out anything from the locate? We're going to do the locate object coming up.
How many Molotovs said?
3.
Grenna has, what, 3?
3.
3 alchemist fire?
Yeah.
3 alchemist fire.
I got it when we were at the other store.
Okay.
And I also have
Grenna has 3 Molotovs as well.
and I have 3 vials of acid.
Okay.
So out of those, go ahead and keep those, Grenna, because you're kind of more hanging the back missile fire person.
Woohoo! Maybe I could catch a bird, have an aerial, just drop bombs.
Brian?
So at this point, we're now off script. You've now heard our plan, Brian.
Brian?
Okay.
Um,
Yes.
When you had stated that some of the graves were getting disrupted and the bodies were coming up,
Yes.
I had rolled a persuasion of 14.
Okay.
I was going to go hire the grave keeper
Yeah.
who runs the cemetery, him and his buddies, to get some long poles with hooks
Okay.
and keep them away from that downward hole.
Yeah. Okay.
Keep it from getting unplugged, recover the bodies so that they can be reburied
okay.
in consecrated ground, but we need to keep that open.
Okay.
And I'm
Good.
going to give them 5 gold for it.
Okay.
And,
All right. That's
and
good.
Brian, the thing we talked about, I remember I told we were going to send people a certain way. That happens at 3:00.
Okay. Yes. Got it. Okay. Very good.
And as we leave on the little wagon, I'll ask one of the guys that was going around with us to continue looking. If anything he finds, bring to the old Nut 97. In general, get people prepared. They're going to need to come in, as it were.
Okay. Very good.
And I guess taking the reins, and off we go. And now we're at the edge of the forest.
Actually, I was thinking about going north along the road and then cutting over, maybe coming down, because and see if we can bypass riding through the forest and come down the edge, because we know she's at the edge of the woods. And if that becomes impassable, we wake him up and we hoof it.
Okay. All right, so Kelex and Kiffi, you are standing there next to Grenna, kind of looking out over this expansive open land. You guys are at a higher sort of a... Well, actually, you, Kiffi, are not. But Kelex, I need you to make a perception check for me.
Kiffi's not higher.
That's our joke for Kiffi. Perception. Oh, yes.
Magnificent. Okay, so yes, as you are sitting there kind of scanning the horizon, and finally the sun is up high enough that you can see what looks to be somewhere off in the distance. You're not able to actually tell exactly how far, but you can see that there are hills that rise to the northwest of you.
Okay. And
Yes.
anything particular about these hills that
You
took
do-
my notice?
Yeah, you do take notice that, yes, they're sort of like rolling hills, but on one particular hilltop seems to be a rocky outcropping, sort of what you would expect to see of like a granite outcropping. Kiffi, if you gave me a... let me see. What would be the best way? If he's kind of explaining to you what he's seeing, knowing your knowledge of the earth, digging into the earth as dwarves like to do every so often. What was your suggestion, or did you give me one?
Nature, because his nature's in the dirt, rock and stone.
I was kind of
I don't know
wondering.
what his intelligence is.
Don't.
Stone cutting is actually a history check.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Yeah, if you can give me one of those and just see if that's something that you can kind of think of. Okay, sweet. Okay, so as he's kind of explaining it to you, you're kind of thinking that it may not actually be a granite outcropping, but a limestone outcropping. And with limestone being in the area, you kind of thinking that the possibility that there may be some sort of subterranean passage that may be in there. As water likes to leach through limestone, it will, of course, make cavernous areas.
We could
Brian?
burn. We could burn it.
Brian, are you saying it's a limestone outcrop? But down.
Of course.
Our plan has now failed.
Yeah. What's Twitter say? Was that a solid? Yeah.
I
killed
don't
them
know.
all.
I haven't got that one yet. I don't have that one on there yet. So
Yeah, I can see a lot of pictures of what is it, Commodus from Gladiator doing the yeah, I can see it now. Thank you, our Twitter fans.
What? Are you not entertained?
Not what
Brian,
Thank you, Kiffi. Thank you.
You know,
I want to give my inspiration to Kiffi for that because I love that kind of stuff. So.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so okay, yeah, that was beautiful. Thank
Kiffi,
you,
you have my inspiration that was in question at the beginning of the game. So there we go.
Right.
Questionable inspiration.
Questionable.
Questionable inspiration.
Okay, so are all of you with me?
not me. Wait.
You're in the wagon. They
What?
brought the wagon.
Did
Wait,
Did y'all bring the wagon? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're working. Up, time out. These two didn't bring the wagon. We're bringing the wagon.
So you're not here yet.
Well,
Not
well,
yet.
No,
Who's not at Grenna's place?
us three.
Define us three.
You three.
Names, Goober.
Timble.
Yarn, and Timble and I are not there.
Three.
Okay, why am I not there?
Because you're asleep. Shut the hell up.
Me,
Yeah, you're asleep, you can't talk.
You need humor in your phone for what?
Yarn's talking in sleep.
He's yelling at his teammates in his sleep. All you hear is Goober at the top of his lungs. It's like, oh Lord. Why?
So currently the top row is all in one location.
Yes.
We're an hour behind them.
Brian,
Yes.
do you ever feel like you're in the Brady Bunch and we feel like we need a Brady Bunch song?
I guess am I Alice, like in the middle or something? I don't know. I had this feeling that
Good enough.
I'm
No,
just
sorry.
Alice.
You have a maid's outfit?
Oh, no.
Don't ask, don't tell, man. Don't ask, don't tell.
I'll have to work on a song for it. This
Oh.
one coming week, it's not like I have a whole lot going on.
Okay, that's grand.
So that's where this puts us at hour 4, Brian. So
Okay.
now we are approximately 9 going into 10.
Okay,
So,
cool.
where are we? Who's where?
So, all right. So Kelex, Greta, and
Kiffi.
Kiffi.
Kiffi are now kind of looking across the landscape, seeing that these granite, or this. You said it's limestone, and it's possible. Could be a possible entry into where the vampires is at. We're getting at, right? All right. So Kelex is not going to cast that spell just yet. I'm going to assume that Timble and Yarn and Thomas will be along shortly. Was that the plan, Ed? You guys were going to eventually catch up to us?
We're off script. We're on our own.
As
Okay.
you know it currently, you use your discretion.
Okay. So we don't know that they're coming.
We do.
So I don't know. Grenna, Kiffi, what do you think?
How far do you think it is to get there? And
You're the
no,
ranger, you tell me.
I thought it was said that we were going to follow later.
to what?
We're on different time zones. Just give it a second, Albie. We'll catch up.
Do we want to go check it out or do we want to go back? I kind of want to go check it out. Now that tall people are here, the birds won't get me.
I don't know, Kiffi, what do you think? I don't really want to go I don't want to put, I'd rather have the group together.
Is there a general assumption that we're going to be gathering here? And that
Nope.
Not
I don't think so.
open.
The only thing I would know is what was on the note. So this is the meeting point as I know it. But I'm actually taking a different route, which you don't know about.
And it's my understanding that the note also, when it was returned with Bubbles, it said send him back at noon. And as it is now approaching 10 o'clock, we still have 2 hours before I'm supposed to send Bubbles back.
She is correct.
I'll have my moment.
Good job.
Well,
Can I get a cookie?
I say, we give those other people an hour to catch up, and if they don't show up, then let's go off. Now, I have no idea about distances above ground, but how far do I reckon it is to this outcropping?
Let's give some perception checks to see if anyone is getting somewhat an inkling or an idea.
Actually, what kind of region is this, Brian?
It is open plains.
Okay.
I
You're not. What's your favorite? Oh,
I got
never
no
mind.
idea.
I'm just having a great time playing with sticks.
Okay.
I'm going to sharpen a stick.
Okay. So,
I got a
so Kelex, as you're sitting there, kind of getting an idea of you remembered something from something you had heard when you were in your studies, that you were looking at things from far away, trying to get an idea of, okay, you can see this dead tree, which is a little bit off to your left, and you have something that looks a little bit further away than the dead tree, and you're able to kind of, using some deductive reasoning, you're kind of thinking that this outcropping probably is close to about almost 2 hours away.
Okay.
And
something from Squire.
Yeah. So yeah, and you're also kind of thinking as, okay, if this looks like it's 2 hours away, you're thinking that as you get closer, this thing is actually going to be much larger than it looks from your current vantage point.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're looking at a vampire citadel as opposed to a vampire cave.
We're just going to go up to the front door and bang on it.
Hey, you here? We're here too.
Honey,
I don't know, you can always run at it like in Mighty Python. Hope search for the girl.
I brought Chinese food.
Did you turn on the grail beacon again?
The grail shape beacon.
So we don't know that Timble, Thomas, and Yarn are.
No. Yeah.
Okay, so
I would almost suggest that maybe Grenna have to go back.
well, I was going to say we have two options from my point of view. One, I could try to talk to a bird again and see if they can send a message, or we could send Bubbles to go find, of the three over there, which one did he like? Not Tom. Timble.
I keep feeding him.
Timble with a note to come.
Yep. Either way, I think, a messenger needs to go back. So either Bubbles or a bird.
Bubbles would probably be more reliable.
Bubbles will know exactly who you're talking about.
Yes. So that's the plan right now. We're going to send Bubbles back with a note.
Wait.
Can we draw a little bit of a map, maybe showing them where we are?
Yeah, I mean, you can sort of give them kind of an idea of where you're located.
I think she was saying, "Can you show us a different map?"
A regional map, I think is what they're looking for, Brian, maybe.
Oh, regional map?
If you have
I
one.
Suppose I could show you one.
I mean, you are the great and mighty DM.
Wow, that's she called you something she's never called Russ.
What a DM?
What was that?
Oh, you would know what I call it.
Our
Great and mighty. Great and mighty.
Oh, I have other names.
Hold on 1 minute.
Too much information. We're offering the listener 2 beer penalty.
Okay, I'll take a
Yeah, I
think it's
I can find,
along.
I think I can find
serving
something
all of our
for
fines.
you. I can find something for you guys. Let me just.
All right. Do we know how big this forest is? Did we see it coming in on the river?
Probably not. We just.
Okay.
I mean, how do you know how big something is? It would be just you see the edge of it. So
But we did.
Right.
My turn. My thinking is, if we know that Wizard Guy is passed out sleeping, they're probably gonna want to bring him still sleeping. Stop it.
Okay.
But at this point, we don't know if they're coming or not. So
how? Well, no, but if they do come, would there be a way to go around the forest that would be faster than trying to go through the forest because they're tall?
So I didn't know that. I'm making an assumption. So I'm working off an assumption along that line. That's how Brian can interpret it and go from there.
Well, because we don't know what you guys are planning, but in the original plan before we split, because, you know, that's what smart parties do, we knew that he was going to be sleeping in the wagon.
We did know you would have known there was a wagon in play,
yes.
But you didn't think we'd be coming this early, so we're about 2 hours early. That's why you guys have some playtime out there while we wagon ride, trying to traverse and try and get back to you.
Right. So,
for the record, his bird is still up reconnoitering his familiar.
So, off character, would his bird be able to wake him up from sleep if it saw something unusual?
That's DM to.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here's the thing. If he was concentrating on it, that's a different thing, but he's unconscious. It's different. If he was an elf, I would say, oh, definitely, because elves are actually in a meditative state. I would be fine with it, but he's a human, so that is not going to play out.
Another thing, all character,
unless he flies me on the head.
That's what I was going to say.
Short of him coming physically to.
A raven would be smart enough to go and probably wake somebody up. I know that's
familiars are not actually the critters; they're spirits.
Okay. All right, well, never mind then.
And out of that, by the way, Brian, when you said what you said, I felt like I was in the Continental Congress and I wanted to bang my beer on the table saying, agree. Yeah.
Okay.
So, back in character, I wanted some bubbles with a note telling them to hasten.
Okay.
To our...
where are you sending bubbles?
I'm going to send bubbles to find Timble. Because he likes Timble.
Hey, Ed. Yep. We're at 77% that says what plan.
Well, shit. And we're about an hour going into it, so let's pick it up a little bit so we can at least get stuck into the location.
Indeed. Let's kill things. Yeah.
Okay.
So right now, Brian, we're in hour 4. So we're at that 10 o'clock going into 11 o'clock mark with me traversing. She's got Bubbles now returning to us in hour 4.
Okay.
Looking for Timble.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm going to upload a map. So hang tight. And I'm going to upload this map.
Map?
A map. You know, the map. Maps are cool. So yeah, I can show you guys something, hopefully.
And you know, these online maps are the biggest thing that keep me from actually DMing for all this stuff. Because the creating of the maps is just amazing.
Actually, Russ, what you do is you go find somebody else's map and rip it off.
Well, yeah, there is.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
I'm not going to create that shit. All my artistic ability is in my head.
Well, you can find someone else to do it and create the map for you.
Twice nothing is still nothing.
Ooh.
Okay. Have to create everything.
What is the beer count tonight?
I'm currently up going on 6.
Okay. This is the last. This is the last of my bottle. So.
Well, next time I go up, we do have a follower, Optimum Tales 2 on Twitter, who's also drinking Kraken. So I'll probably go upstairs and grab my Kraken bottle and do a shot for them.
Is that you, Joe?
We have 2 watchers right now, so
that's awesome.
I had 2 guys. I had 2 guys that I went to junior high school with that are checking us out.
Nice. Okay.
Like,
so
check me out.
No, Ed, nobody is checking you out. Trust me.
Let's get back on track.
Back on track.
Okay.
There we go. Kill Vance! Kill Vance!
Moving right along. Do-do-do.
Still waiting on the map.
Okay,
No,
so
I showed up,
Yeah,
but is this what show up?
okay, so the location that you guys are kind of at, see, Marydale is where this like
This one.
Okay.
yeah,
we're
is that. So if you travel about an hour out, you're right in this area here. I don't know if you guys can see where I'm pointing, but it's just a little bit to the west past that dotted white line. And you can see the hills rise to the west there, and that is where you're looking.
Here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So basically right now, roughly where the magnifying glass is, and we're looking into like that little veil.
Yep.
Kind of
This
area.
little veil right here. Yep.
Roger.
Cool. Is everybody
Which is
good?
Interesting. I thought we were farther north along that river that goes to the west. I thought that's where Marydale was.
Oh, you mean like
We're,
right here?
very close to Flint.
No.
To,
No, actually, yeah, the Javon actually runs right along the border there. So that's where you
yeah,
guys
I
are
thought
at.
we were on that, but
Further north.
that Marydale was right about where that.
Hey,
Like
Albie,
this
think
tributary?
medieval maps. Think medieval maps are not exact like we're used to, right? So just keep that in mind.
No. I just from the description, I thought that's where we're at. We're just very close to civilization, really. So that's good.
Just north.
And we're in a better spot.
And
Yeah.
that plays to the plan that I said earlier, Brian, where I was telling people.
Yeah.
Out of that, as I look at this, remember, so based on that, I'm kind of moving north and west to try and skirt the woods with the wagon.
Yes.
So that's where we're kind of running around.
Okay.
And then,
Okay, so let me get this straight. So you guys have already left town. So by the time
before I left town, Yeah,
that
before.
you guys have left town, Bubbles is going to miss you.
yes. Actually,
Unfortunately.
she said go find Timble. So Bubbles with nose will maybe send him. And maybe, I suspect they'll catch up to us. Because
Most
she said specifically
okay,
that she was
most
sending to Timble, not to town.
right, but most likely because that was the last place that Timble was, and his scent would be more prevalent there. That's going to be the first place he's going to go, and then he's going to
100%.
track you. Yeah.
That's where I would go. I agree 100%. Wait a minute.
Okay.
Continental Congress.
Here, here.
Here. Yeah, that's where we're going, and then there was something else I was going to say, but no, go ahead and go, guys.
Okay, cool. Okay, so is everybody's okay with the map? I can go ahead and take it off.
Yes.
You're good.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, good. Yeah, for those people watching at home, that was a very, very quickly grab a map and create it on the fly because I didn't even have anything ready, and I was like going, thanks for throwing that one at me. Stuck.
You're welcome. I'm good at keeping people on their toes.
Yeah, thanks,
My
Grenna.
Only would ask a question like that.
So yeah. So if for those people playing at home, watching at home, and if you ever want to be a DM online running a stream, this is what you can expect from your players.
We're now currently in hour 4, wagon working north, Bubbles is looking for Timble.
Yes.
That's where I've got us at, right?
Okay, cool.
So that's
All
10
right.
o'clock going in.
Okay, cool. All right, very good. Okay, so that leaves you guys at the edge of the forest. Are you going to hang tight, or are you going to do something else?
I think we probably hang tight because where's Melda at? I just thought I forgot about her.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Whoa.
You guys really didn't come up with a plan for her. You kind of left her just to her own devices.
Oh man,
I 100% agree.
gonna
Brian.
be mad,
First of
man.
all, I don't like NPCs. They play along with the party. So I don't think of them.
Okay, so most likely, Tomas, she is going to try to make what you talked about come to fruition.
behind the scenes.
There you go.
And not accompanying us.
Right.
Got it. So Melba is out of the play.
Yes.
All right. Hey, Team 1, you're on your own.
You?
I mean, we know Timble and Yarn and Thomas are not trackers or good with the wilderness, but so I think we just need to stay put.
You know what? I think we can burn the wilderness down.
You're asleep. You
Why
didn't
would
get
you
to say.
assume I'm not good with the wilderness?
Stop talking in your sleep, Járngrímur.
Okay, now I have a question.
Yeah, all you hear is burn it all down, goobers.
Okay, so the fox said that it smelled not right human.
Yes.
Okay, without venturing real far out of the woods, because that's like a vegan, are there any unusual print around the area?
You can check for, tracks and things.
Would that be nature?
If you're tracking, I would almost kind of say it might be survival.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. My
Yeah.
rolling sucks, but I can't put this dice in timeout.
Yeah, that's the shame of digital dice. You can't put it in timeout.
I'll try again. Can I try again?
And then the lady puts on the right.
Okay, so you all take a little bit of time to kind of rest up, kind of get a feel of the landscape. Also kind of looking around for other animals that might be in the area. Unfortunately, though, once Kelex showed up and Kiffi, animals are a little bit less inclined to visit the area. Being able to smell humans, smell dwarves, they're not as nature-based as, say, a fey creature such as yourself with fey, with fey background. So animals kind of shy away.
We think of them as meat snacks.
Oil
Yeah.
metals.
Yeah,
Pretty sure if he has an anti-nature field around him.
an anti-nature field.
Time out.
Hate the natures.
I have a question.
Okay.
Right. So, being Fey touched, I have no spells dealing with Fey stuff other than fairy fire.
Yes.
Would it be possible for me to go into a trance to try to connect with my Fey senses to sense anything around me that is unusual?
If you were looking for actually other fey creatures or fey plant life, I would probably give that to you, but I'm not really too sure. I mean, you can give it a shot. I mean, that's because you are fey touched. I don't have a problem with you trying to reach out with those feelings to see if you're able to tap into something that might be local to you.
Okay.
Okay.
How would you want me to do that?
Let's see. How about give me a wisdom check, not a savings throw, just an actual wisdom check. Okay, cool. All right, so as you are sort of, as you're sitting there, kind of thinking, contemplating, reaching out with your feelings, using your fey, your fey ancestry and fey, the fey touch that you have been, not, I wouldn't call it, well, maybe blessed with, but also sometimes a curse. Being fey is not always an awesome thing, but sometimes it can be. And as you're feeling, you do pick up a couple of small things that you realize. One thing is, and we discussed this in another episode. There is an actual object on you that pulses with this energy. But other than that one piece, that one object, you really cannot detect any other fey creatures really close by, but you kind of feel that there may be a dryad or fairy presence in the forest behind you. So that's interesting.
Can I perceive about how far?
What did you do?
I don't know. It's whatever crap you have underneath your chair.
You broke something.
Oh, well.
Oh, man.
I didn't break anything. I probably just kicked something down.
Is that why things are leaking under the table?
What?
Sorry.
You could have taken a bathroom break.
Now I am derailed.
Squirrel?
What were we talking about?
I don't know. What were you trying to do?
You're Faye.
Hey, all right. Do the Faye thing.
Yes.
Do the Faye thing. Do the Faye thing. Sorry.
I'm the one that's drinking rum over here. I don't get the deal, man.
Look,
Can
I got port. Port is good. Port is 20% alcohol. I'm happy.
Are you done?
No.
Are you done?
Go ahead, dear.
Thank you. I'm so glad I have your permission.
Squirrel?
I'm gonna follow it.
Okay. So you step back into the forest. Are you letting anyone else know what you're doing? Because you just kind of wake up from this strange trance. You kind of look around very briefly. Or are you just going to step off into the forest?
Character's disposition? Probably not.
Okay. Alrighty. So, so Kiffi and Kelex, you're sort of sitting there, just sort of taking in everything as you see Grenna stand up from. She was sitting there on the ground with her hands, her palms flat on the ground in front of her, and you see her eyes flutter open. Bubbles kind of just gives a kind of a low whine, and she immediately stands up, turns back into the forest, and starts to walk away from you.
Was Bubbles with us? I thought he was off to go find Timble.
Oh, that's right. Bubbles isn't there. That's right. He's finding Timble. Sorry. Thank you. So yeah, she stands up and starts walking back into the forest away from you without a word.
Captain, where are you going?
I just follow wherever the sun is. Because I'm so focused on what I'm feeling that the rest of the world doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah, she just she doesn't answer you, and you're not really too sure. She didn't look like she was herself.
So I look at Kiffi and I guess we better go after her.
I guess we better.
Okay. So, yeah, she is making her way back along this path, probably about 50 yards, when she veers very sharply to the north. And she takes about another 15 to 20 steps when she's standing next to a tree. And as you're standing next to this tree, you see... let me see if I can display that. You see this creature sort of part from the tree next to you and stands in front of you, just eyeing you.
Eyeing Grenna, right?
Yeah, you guys are actually a little bit further behind her, just watching. And as you watch this being part from the actual tree and just is now standing in front of Grenna. Yeah, I mean, you can make a perception, not a perception check. You can definitely see it. But to understand its nature, you'll need to make a nature check. So, Grenna, you can also make a nature check on this as well. But you'll make it with advantage.
Nope, that's not. Nope.
That's okay.
Yeah,
That's a good roll.
That's really good. Okay, so actually, Kelex, you're not very sure what you're looking at, but it looks like some sort of creature. At first, you thought it was like a living tree, maybe like a treant or something of that nature. But it doesn't move like a treant, and it's not large like treants. Kiffi, you've actually seen these creatures before in your travels, and you know that they're usually dangerous, or can be dangerous. Grenna, you know what this is immediately. This is a Dryad, and you kind of knew this is what you were going to find. And yes, so it looks down upon you. It's medium in height.
Dryad, I've got +2 Dryad slaying skills.
Dryad Slayer. So,
Am I scared?
I'm sorry?
Worried? Am I scared? Am I worried?
You know of them. You do know that they can be dangerous. But, I mean, they're Fae, and Fae can be kind of unpredictable. They can, especially if they sometimes like to strike deals. So you're kind of wondering, okay, what am I going to talk with? You came here to it. You were drawn to its essence, so it obviously is looking at you, expecting something. And in your mind, you can actually hear it's like the wind through branches and leaves, and it says, "What is it that you want with me,
She's
young
like the wind
one?" Yes.
To the trees. She's got the open eyes next to me.
So yeah, it asks you, what do you want from me?
Oh my goodness. Russell, you're about to explode over there. Are you okay? I'm looking for a great evil. Oh no! Don't stop! Stop! No! Let me try to figure this out.
Yeah, because it had an answer for you. I don't think you want to hear it, but
I'm just going to put up there that just sounded like what it sounded like to be a word challenger right before it exploded.
Yeah,
oh shit!
You know, talking to Faye is very hard. I'm trying to figure out how to word it without getting us all killed.
Too late, I think.
No, I mean how?
Hey, Grenna,
I'm looking for a great evil.
No, I mean if that's what I'm looking for, but that's not how I could say that. So in my brain, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to word this without...
half of us aren't there, so half of us aren't getting killed. Knock yourself out.
The only thing is, I don't think you're the only one that heard the Dryad, right, Brian?
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah. You heard, what everyone else heard was just, you can see like the wind is kind of just, the leaves that are around this creature. You can see that like this wind is kind of playing around it. It's very mesmerizing. It looks very intense as its gaze is focused on Grenna.
Because honestly, I don't know what I was looking for. I mean, honestly, while she was trying to reach out, she was just trying to see if there was anything that was not right. And this is what I found.
Yep, this is what you found. You came looking for her, and now you
did.
found her.
And now I don't know what to do with her.
Because you still haven't found what you're looking for.
I have not.
But, I mean, we came there looking for something, right, Grenna? Think about it. I'm trying not to, I don't want to think of what she is and what we're looking for is.
I think at this point, do I know that they followed me?
Go ahead and make a perception check to see if you actually did realize that they are there. With disadvantage.
I don't think anybody should be able to hear us.
So how do I do that?
In our armor.
Say that again, Mike. I didn't hear you.
I was just saying, we're stomping through the forest in heavy armor.
Yeah, but she's in a trance.
Yeah.
I got it. Yeah.
All right.
No.
So, Grenna, all you got to do is just roll perception one more time.
Hey, Mike, if she fails, this will be the first time we can actually roll a decent stealth roll.
Okay. Okay, so you know that you realize that your friends are behind you, but you kind of feel that they are not directly behind you. You're thinking that probably within 20 feet. And
honestly, I don't know what to do.
Okay. So give me a perception check, Grenna. And actually, all of you can give me a perception check.
Just us two.
Yeah. I don't know.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So of all the people there who are watching this, Kiffi notices that, and as Kiffi has been kind of on guard with this, is you start to see that the leaves on this creature are starting to change colors. And you can see that it is turning to like a rust red.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. I'm sorry to have bothered you. I'm going to start with that. I'm not worthy of your presence. Thank you. I really, truly, I felt you. I heard your call, and I came. I don't know.
And so the sound that is going through your mind at this time is seems like we have an echo somewhere. Sorry. What you hear in your mind is this kind of whispering wind that is going through. It says, "The only reason I have not struck out against you is because of what you carry."
Is that like carry me back to old Virginia?
You sought me out, but you have nothing to ask of me. That is peculiar.
That's all mental, right?
She's under
You
threat.
can't hear it.
Technically is under threat.
I seek the Holy Grail.
Hey, Brian,
Yeah.
you might have missed it. There was a question both Pop and I asked at the same time. This is all mental, right?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's all mental. Yeah.
Is her response mental?
No, she has actually been answering with her voice.
Okay, so we've been hearing Grenna.
You can hear Grenna's side of the conversation. And this creature seems to be changing in such a way that Kiffi is kind of alarmed and realizing that this might turn violent. Unless you can come up with something, but you're not sure what to tell it.
If Kiffi and I heard her response or what Grenna was asking, and we didn't hear it. Yes. Could we also assume that we know that she's being asked questions?
Make a wisdom check for both of you. Let's see if you can understand exactly what might be occurring.
Wow, decent roll.
Okay, so Kelex, you understand what is happening. You understand the nuance behind it. What would you like to do with that information?
I want to get a little closer enough where Grenna can possibly hear me. And say, Grenna, ask it that we are seeking an abomination to nature.
Okay. We were seeing an abomination to nature.
And as soon as you say that, it immediately the color changes once again in the leaves back to that vibrant green, which immediately puts Kiffi at ease because it looked as though some of the leaves were actually turning that like dark on the edges, and which is quite was a little bit disturbing to Kiffi. It says, yes, an abomination, you say. There are several here. Nearer.
Across the way.
It says, I do not leave the forest, but there is a place near that these abominations to nature lie.
We seek to rid your realm of your forest of the abomination.
It says, that is nice to hear. So, I have told you what you wish, correct? Where are you from? You are not local. I can sense it. As it quickly looks up and casts its gaze upon Kelex and Kiffi, it says, I know you are not from here. Where are you from?
Oh, hey, I'm from the Lurtmail Mountains.
Yeah, but remember, it's only talking to Grenna mentally, so you wouldn't hear.
Okay.
Sorry.
What is my town?
I'm sorry?
What is the name of my town?
Actually, you come from the village of Rabakel, which is in Bissell.
I'll just say from Bristol.
Bissell. It looks at, again. It looks down at you and says, Bissell. I know of this place, and so I have given you something, and so now you must do something for me. Do you agree?
If it is if within my power to do so.
I believe it is. And so it reaches within its foliage and takes out it looks to be a pouch made of bark. And it hands it to you. And it says, I want you to take this and place the seeds inside in your forest near in Bissell, where you come from.
Giving me seeds?
Yes, these seeds I want you to take to your homeland and plant them in your forest.
Will these seeds damage my forest?
Do you
Well,
think...
my gifts?
I have lived here in this forest for many, many years. Does it look as though they have been damaged?
I can take them, and I guarantee my fae plant your gift.
Yes. Thank you. If you do this for me, then, if you can promise that you will do this, I shall give you a gift. Do you promise?
I promise I will ask my fae if they will allow me to.
That is not good enough. You must
Can I
promise.
I promise I will ask them. But I cannot go against them. Just as I cannot go against you.
It withdraws the pouch from you. It says, Obviously, your fey blood does not run as wild as mine. That is very sad. I am finished with you. Bother me no longer.
Okay.
And
that was fun.
And it tree strides away from the area, opening up a rift in one of the large trees, and steps inside.
Okay.
What did it say? What did it want?
It wanted me to take in the forest in Bristle, but I said I couldn't do that without permission of Dwarf.
Hey, real quick, somebody mute and get back play.
Oh,
Stand by,
is that us?
probably.
Nope, it was good. It was Bob picking up. Thanks, Bob.
Okay.
Rat bastard.
So let's see. There is several abominations in the area, not inside the forest. And it wanted me to take a pouch of seeds back to plant in Bristle.
This'll?
Yeah, that too. And I said that I would take the seeds, but I cannot promise that our fae would allow me to plant them there. And I was not going to do so without their permission. But I would promise I would ask. And it didn't like that, so I suggest we leave quickly before we change his mind.
Important safety tip. Ever make bargains with Faye.
I did make a bargain with it. I said I would ask for permission from my fae before I did it a favor. Besides, you're not even there.
I'm asleep.
Yeah, you.
Whatever.
All right, so let's go.
Let's go kill Vamps.
Let's go see if Bubbles came back.
Actually, we're now, Brian, with that transaction, we would be where are the wagons right now?
Okay. You'd be where?
Hour 4.
Okay,
we're at hour 4.
Okay.
After this transaction, currently Bubbles is looking for Timble.
Okay.
The Fey transaction happened, and the wagon is working its way around.
Okay. So Bubbles is now tracking the cart.
Yeah.
Huh?
And you guys are actually about 20 minutes out from the location you believe them to be, but they are, of course, not there because they are now in the forest finishing up the conversation, or finished with the conversation with the Dryad, which had been trying to make an agreement with Grenna, who kind of shut it down.
So our trek is pretty much uneventful, correct?
Yeah, yeah. You've been able to make your way around the outskirts of this forested area, not actually in the tree line, but because it'd be quite hard to get your cart through. But you are kind of along that open steppe, but you're trying to stay nearest the tree line so you don't miss your rendezvous point.
So you kind of get where I was going with that plan, right? Perfect. All right.
Yes.
But nothing's going on. Go ahead and jump back to your game. Thank you.
Okay.
We're now in hour 5. Hour 4 was the Fey transaction. Bubbles looking for Timble. He's currently tracking us, and the wagon is working its way out, approximately 20 minutes out, where I expect.
Okay.
And I will have gotten off the wagon and been walking in front of the mule, horse, whatever, trying to point out areas that would be hard to pass with the wagon to help us navigate.
Gotcha. Good call, Albert.
Cool. Okay.
Hopefully that'll speed us up a bit.
So about 20 minutes from that actual time, Bubbles catches up with the cart. Okay. Good. All right. So Grenna, Kiffi, Kelex, are you going to return back to the original location?
Yeah, probably a good idea.
Okay, cool. Alrighty.
Yeah, ready for work.
Yeah, so you guys end up walking back. Grenna, with the encounter with the Dryad has left you feeling it wasn't what you were expecting. This is kind of the first time you've ever actually dealt with a Dryad, and you felt that you were hoping that there is no repercussions from your encounter, but you just have this strange kind of a gnawing in your gut that you think you will probably end up seeing that creature again.
Not if we have enough fire.
Burn the forest down. Nice.
Not there.
Yeah, but I can still make comments.
Still sleeping.
Okay.
So that puts us about 20 minutes out.
Yep.
Bubbles arrives to us. Obviously, we're like, go find Grenna. This is kind of how I would go.
Okay.
And then we're going to follow Bubbles to Grenna.
Okay. Yeah, so that will take you the rest of this hour, and then you do end up seeing them standing on the side using the cover of the forest canopy to keep themselves out of the approaching noonday sun.
So, to be honest, in my original notes, at hour 6, Bubbles was to return. We are literally returning with Bubbles at hour 6.
So what's your point?
I'm prophetic. Shut the fuck up.
I'm prophetic. Shut the fuck up. I love that. That was well put.
The plan is still working because we haven't been punched in the face yet.
Almost did.
Excellent, Kiffi. Excellent.
Unfortunately, Mike, you're right, because we spent the last 3 hours working through our plan, and now Brian's going to be like, now I know what's going on. Although, a lot of seeds have been placed, so we're at an advantage. We are at an advantage.
There's no seeds given.
Define advantage.
Flat before we get
Advantage is being on top of your mom when your dad shows up versus me being on underneath.
Oh my God! No.
Wait, what?
I think it was a pegging reference.
And then the viewer count drops. Okay, that was beautiful. I was
Or
like,
increased, as the case may be.
yeah, because there's some creepy MFers out there. Yeah, I know y'all.
Indeed.
Playing this game.
So, nice we're having weather.
Look at the big.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
My, aren't the walls vertical today?
That one over there is.
All right.
Anyway, where the hell are we? What the hell can I do? I want to kill something.
You're sleeping.
Damn it! I hate it when that happens.
Now, can you guys tell us?
Over a single first level spell? Man!
Can we? It's magic missile. It's a good
No,
spell.
it's chromatic orb.
Again,
Sure.
Right.
Whatever floats your boat. For you three, what have you discovered?
Well, they're over there. Looks like there's some kind of
Over where?
natural cave system under that outcropping. It's about
It was
2 hours.
Right across the
Set it on fire.
Did you wake up yet?
Oh, hush, woman.
How far away is that?
About 2 hours.
Yeah, can we gauge that now, Brian?
Yeah, Kelex is able to actually kind of fill you in on that it looks to be about a 2 hour
2 hours will
trek.
put us at 2 a.m.
2 a.m. No. That would be the
How many
perfect
hours of sunlight would we have? Because I'm thinking we're not ready to go in there, but we got a town that we need to protect. People that we told that that they could depend on us. Maybe we should go back there, and if we need to, we know where they're at.
No, that's absolutely the wrong way to think about that.
You're sleeping.
Damn it!
Wake up!
So out of this, I somewhat agree with Timble. However, we are in a perfect attack position. We're 3 hours out. We can go in there, immediately go down. They probably have some type of works and bats and kind of combative. We're stuck in. Yes, we're in their spot, but that's where we could hold off while they go back and force our way down. Although I'm afraid of telepathy with the monsters and wait for them to come back. But I'm hoping their graves are flooded by now, by the water flood.
Time out. I realize that I am asleep. However, waiting to go down is a zero-sum game.
Can we
Okay.
trap the entrance?
Well, obviously, they can't get through the underground tunnels, right?
Right.
Definitely have to wait until the sun goes down to come out. Kelex would feel like he would want to go to them to keep the threat away from the village. Because
And
as
for
soon
their
as we get into their, they're gonna know we're there.
All right, I'm gonna wake my ass up. No, seriously.
not yet, not yet,
All right, I'm gonna wake down. Damn it!
not yet, not yet,
We
not yet.
need to go down right the hell now. Okay? We
So,
cannot. No. All right, shut the hell up, man. Shut up. Listen to me.
You know, I would put you on mute if your wife wasn't there, sharing that.
Oh,
Because you're sleeping.
You like that?
so
Wait, look.
for the party, I need to say this. I gave an order to evacuate the village behind the scenes.
Why can't you tell us that?
Because I did plant, or I attempted to plant a villager saying they were going in an opposite direction and they were a human sacrifice.
What's your alignment?
Why
Chaotic.
offer
Anyway,
chaotic?
guys, look. Our whole purpose here is to protect the village.
We
can't
sacrificed
Shut the
one.
hell up. My turn. My turn.
You look kind of like an angry black woman.
So, our purpose is to protect the village. That's my only goal. I don't care about, do we get this, do we get that. My goal is to protect the village. What we're doing now is we're sitting here going, okay?
I don't understand. What is that?
Oh, hush, woman. Anyway,
We're making butter.
that too. That too.
Cheese. We're making
So-
cheese.
Amanda.
No, we get it, Russ. Now would be the time to go in because
Charge.
we have the
Stop thinking about it. You're overthinking shit again.
Cheers!
Charge.
To be fair,
No.
whilst Yarn and I have differing opinions of how we're protecting the village, I agree with him. I think we should be charging right now. We've got 4 hours of sunlight. We got to capitalize on it.
Holy shit, Ed and I agree on something.
Yeah, fuck it. TPK.
Isn't that the third sign of the apocalypse or what?
So let's go around. Russ, yes or no attack?
Charge.
Grenna.
Charge.
Kiffi, you get your moment in the sun.
We should take the offensive. Definitely.
I said it earlier. Kelex would want to go and take the offensive to keep the people from harm.
Timble.
TPK.
Fair enough. I've
No,
now,
it's
Brian, I have disclosed our conversation. Did I disclose it accurately?
Yes, that's fine.
So I performed possibly an evil act. I'm just making sure the whole party realizes that. I am a questionable suspect. I did. Yeah, I did. I said, I sacrificed the village.
Was that more out of character? Was that in character?
No, that was in character.
Yeah.
We
And
and Ed, in character, we know that. We know that you're a shady character. I mean, hell, you're a bard. What the hell else can you be?
You bought a hotel in a town that was being killed by people.
but
He's a royal.
What?
I did bring this up to the party, and everybody said this was a bad idea, and I still did it. So I just want to make sure everybody knows I did this.
No, we understand that.
Okay,
You
great.
make,
Then I'm cool.
no. Think about this from our perspective. We understand that you do things that are questionable. We recognize that fact. We accept you for what you are.
I gotta go.
However, it's not one of those things that we like.
Well, okay,
Can I say
at this
something?
juncture, I say,
Can
All
I
right,
say
Abraham,
something
we're ready to
there,
roll.
Russ?
go for
He
it.
is-
He is of noble blood. And what do nobles do? They walk over the peasants all the time. I have absolutely no problem with what he did because it was a sacrifice for the greater good. Now, if you want to define it as evil, that's upon you. But I don't see it as evil. I see it as practical.
and that's why at this juncture, I'm coming clean to the party. So I'm like, I did this because everybody's worried currently about the village. I told the village to evacuate and go in the opposite direction. I tried to plant a citizen saying they were going in an alternate direction. So if the vampires come to the village, they're going to go here and go this way, chasing, versus the direction the villagers really are. That was my whole purpose. I get it. Only one person needed to know it. So, which is me.
And you know, Ed, from a philosophical point of view, I understand that, and I applaud it. However, from a character point of view, you are a rat bastard.
I am a rat bastard.
From a character point of view, I am, after all, a mastermind. I see it. I understand it, and I concur with it.
Fair enough.
I
just want to make sure.
I won't say concur, but I will say I understand.
From a role-playing point of view, though, that's where I was. And at this juncture, Brian, I think we should end the game before we go attack. We've all agreed we're going to go attack.
Okay.
I work for Lady Ilya. I could see her doing the same and ordering the same, so I have no problems with it.
Okay.
You've got no idea what good means, do you?
I would like to hear Kelex's thoughts on this interesting act.
I appreciate it. He is lawful good. You're 100% correct, Brian. I too.
He's not technically lawful good, right? Not playing the whole thing. However, I think I have been playing him like that. So, Kelex, he would not willingly allow someone else to sacrifice themselves for, especially someone like that, a villager, right? This is what. Put your hand down there, Yarn. Put your hand down, Yarn.
I got a question for you. Damn it! I'm defending Ed. Damn it! Would you take the agency away from somebody that decided to make that choice?
Being that I wasn't there, I don't know how that agency was made. I would. I don't know if that was made. How that was made.
Okay.
But I would not allow someone, a villager or someone of that, to sacrifice.
Even if they made the choice themselves.
And
I don't know.
Hey, Pop, move closer to your microphone.
I don't agree with it. Hold on, let me finish. I don't agree with it. What? Is it not working?
Get closer.
I can't hear you as well.
Get closer.
Oh, well, I turned it down because it kept overfeeding. So, Kelex does not agree with what Thomas has done. However, right now, at this point, there's something bigger that needs to be taken care of. Kelex will deal with Thomas afterwards.
For the record,
Kelex, and video.
Kelex, for the record, I did seek out somebody that was probably the most capable hunter type of individual, Woodland. They have a chance to survive.
Melba?
Versus like getting a little girl and sending her out in the woods.
So the
Was
question:
it Melba?
Were they willing to do it? Did you pay them to do it?
Yes.
There
was remuneration.
Hold on, you weren't there. Hold on a second.
No, but I know you.
No, there was no payment. I just totally asked somebody. I rolled a 16 performance.
Okay.
I'm trying to convince him that there was no money involved.
Okay, so Kelex, if you will give an insight check to see if there's a way that. Okay, so yes, you.
There might have been money involved.
So Kelex, what you're able to ascertain from this role is that you're not able to see, or he did not explicitly say that there was money or a possible favors that were offered in lieu of actual monetary recompense. but you do get this feeling that he is not telling you everything with regard to that issue.
Thomas, it seems like we must have further talks after dealing with.
We are burning sunlight.
Yeah, we have something greater to deal with.
Okay.
Out of character, Pav, I would totally understand if at some point you refuse to heal me or give me aid because of this relationship. You know, you're suspicious of me. Yeah, exactly. No, I totally get it. I want you to roll down that path. I know where you're going. I want that to go.
Okay.
He would be the better man. He would have to be the better man and heal you anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's up to him. And I'm saying, I get it. We're not supposed to harm party members. He has free will at this point because he's suspicious of me. I'm relinquishing that for role-playing purposes.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
lawful good is not lawful stupid.
Out of character again.
Pop gets where I'm going, so
Yeah.
we're in a line.
Okay. So, this is probably a good place to wrap it up for the evening. Folks who visit us in chat, thank you all very much for dropping by this evening. I did not get a chance to have everybody introduce themselves this evening. We just jumped right into the game. There was an awful lot of excitement going on. They had the plan. The plan obviously went went actually right to the letter according to Ed's, which was pretty cool. I'm glad that part worked out. So that is good. I'm excited about that. So we will. So are we looking at 2 weeks? What's the plan?
1 week. 1 week.
Stop for a second, Russ, because I happen. I'm going to say something that's pretty funny. So, we know there's a Ravenloft game that's out there.
Yes.
Even Glenn called me crazy for trying to do this during football season because he knows my commitment to my son and all that kind of stuff. I want to kick that game off on October 1st. It's a Sunday if the players are available. Partly because I know there's no way my sister watches the stream. However, she plans to be at my son's game on November 30th. So this gives me a reason so I don't have to hang out with my sister. So I'm using October 1st as the kickoff for the game.
Okay.
Can I get a
on brand?
I'd like to walk.
In character and out of character.
What's that? What's that, Pop?
You're conniving in character and out of character.
Are you really surprised?
No.
Okay, so that's good. So once again, we have been here with the Drunkards and Dragons group, playing.
Wait,
I'm
Brian,
sorry. Go ahead.
The question is: are we playing in 2 weeks or one? We've got plenty of time leading up to.
Okay.
So if we wanted to go to every week, we could play again on next Tuesday, and then the third. That's on your availability.
I was going to say that's certainly a Brian decision.
I believe probably next Tuesday might be okay. I'm actually going to be on day 2 of another class for my bachelor's degree that I'm starting. Just got done with one 5-week course of insanity. The next course is just more insanity. So, and that starts on Monday. So I don't know what Tuesday is going to look like. If I can, I will let you guys know Monday night after I see what is going to, what the first day is going to look like. Cause I don't know what to expect.
Something interesting, or just off the topic. Are you looking at your CISSP?
No, not right yet. Actually, I'm on the second part. Well, not the second part. On a course that is part of my Bachelor's of Cybersecurity Management.
Okay.
So
if you get to the point where you're looking at a CISSP, let me know, and I will recommend you for it.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. That's very kind of you. Yeah, actually, I just the class I just got done with. I just submitted my final paper this morning at like 8:30, and I'm so glad it's over because it was just 5 weeks of stuff. So for those people who know,
a lot of personal information going out. Let's wrap it, and we could do the after hours after lunch.
Okay. So, everybody have a great rest of your week, and we will chat with you hopefully next Tuesday. Thanks again for dropping by. Our virtual tabletop has been Roll20. D&D Beyond has been our character creation and encounter creator. And we have been using Streamlabs Desktop as our streaming software.